Hello there guys, this is Jay the Sniper. I just want to show you my little setup that I got here. Uh, the sound you guys hear is my air conditioner, I'm sorry about that. So first of all, I got a couple of friends that asked me to make a video about this rifle. And and on top of that, I'll show you what I'm using in the field. And my setup and all the stuff that I did to make it work, to make it look like this. So we're gonna take it apart and you're gonna see how it is inside, how connect the air and all this stuff. And then the stuff that I use to chrono my rifle and the type of magazines I'm using, right? So we're gonna walk through to everything. First of all, we're gonna start with this is my mask that I use. I used to have this camera right here, but what I wasn't noticed when I was hiding in any bunker, any place, your right side, if you're hiding on the right side, you're looking to the left, you cannot see anything outside. And I was getting frustrated because I want you to see what I'm looking at. So that was perfect, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna work. So everybody's using the cameras right on top of that, right in the center of the mask. So I decided to 3D print my own adapter for the actually it's not my own, sorry about that. I downloaded the adapter. I own a 3D printer, and so I make my own. More than happy to make it for you. So if you have an iPad, just pay shipping and I send it to you, no problem. I make you one. This is really nice. I kind of have it's a little bit weird how it is because the mask has a little indentation, so the adapter has it too, so it fits really nice. And that's just an old camera that I have, a first GoPro Hero. I was gonna go with a small one, but I kind of like the battery life and something simple that it's not so expensive. I don't care if it breaks, it's you can get it for $100 camera like that. So that's my mask, this is my setup. And I use another thing that I use besides the mask, so I stop the sweat, kind of protect my neck. So this I can show you later what it is. Alright, so this is it, and that's my sidearm. Okay, the sidearm, I think everybody knows, is PPQ side pistol. I'm using it now for probably 2 months already so far. I used to use from Tipman TIPX, and I like it. It's not problem with a pistol. You just need to learn, get used to it. This big thing, and I was going more like military style, and that thing I was like, no matter what you do, you still see there's a big ass thing, and I don't know, I just not got into that. But I used it for I used it for a year, probably more than a year, and yeah, you get used to it, you love it, but looks wise, I was not there, right? So a couple things that I find out with this pistol, number one, the magazine. Sorry. So a lot of people got complaints about the magazines. They're scared about dropping it, in the concrete, and they're a little expensive. I think these are around almost $50 each with shipping, right? But I'll be honest, I play in the woods anywhere. You don't have a concrete, and I don't know. Even if you throw in the floor, it's not gonna damage the magazine. If you watch my videos, I drop these things all the time. I lost 2 already. So I used to have 4, now I got 2 left. I need to order more. It's nothing. It's just get dirty. If you play in the concrete, just remember that. Don't throw in there. But 90% I'm in the woods. I'm in the forest, so I'm not worried about that. Every worry, but damaging magazine is not gonna happen. That thing is strong. You really have to hit the concrete, to damage it. Nobody has concrete, So anyways, one more thing that I find out, every time you insert the magazine, right, this magazine comes with so a little thing that has an L key to tie your air, to install your CO2. Alright, so what's happening when I was putting my magazine, accidentally, it happened twice. I pushed this thing out and no matter like I'm fighting somewhere and this thing comes off because I'm switching magazines, and the magazine pushed this thing out, and I'm looking like crazy. What the, looking for that piece. So that's the only problem. And I use an Allen key to set up my magazines before even the game. So what I found online is this is from it's just a rubber grip that goes over the any pistol, So I found it on eBay for I don't know, $2 I think, and it's perfect because what it does, and it gives me a really nice grip, and it still keeps low profile for your hands, and it holds the piece I'm talking about. So no matter what you do, that thing is not moving. So I fixed the problem, and yeah, of course I run 2 magazines, so I need to get in 2 more. But anyways, this is my pistol. This is my sidearm. I used it a couple times, so it works. A lot of people's concerned about the FPS. If you're gonna chrono your gun, it goes really high once the CO2 is brand new, right? So what I do, first of all, you shoot a 43 caliber. 42 caliber, I'll be honest, even if you shoot like 310, 320, I shoot myself. It's not. I swear, 280, a regular 68 caliber, it hurts twice, and the 43 caliber. So if you're concerned that you're shooting too hot, man, that's not. It's a small profile. Remember, it's a small round. It goes faster because it cut the air faster. But the moment of impact, you feel that same amount of pain at the 68 caliber and 280 FPS. You have to go way higher than 320, 310. So that's not. Don't be concerned that you're gonna hurt somebody. It's not. But if the field wants to chrono your pistol, is one way to go around that is get your magazine, press you to shoot. I say maybe like 2 magazines out of that, maybe 1. Shoot 1 magazine, 8 rounds. Shoot it, pump, 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 pump. Put a fresh round, chrono, and you're gonna be okay. So do all the magazines 10 plus, because you're gonna get like at least 2-3 magazines out of 1 CO2, so you'll be okay. So that you fix the problem with that. Another thing is, this is my carrier. This is what I use on the field, right? So this is everything I need. I got my water. I run a hose right here. I usually run my radio right there. This hose is for my tank. It connects to my tank, so I can refuel my tank and I have to take them off. And the other one fits my gun. Alright, so I'll show you how it works. This is just an extra pouch that I use for extra pressurize, so something to throw another magazine in there and pressurize and things like that. This is a double pouch magazine that I got a custom made from Bear Tactical on Facebook. If it's 2 magazines in there, only for that type of magazines. I don't know about the other ones that may fit. I don't have the other ones. I don't know. That's that. And pistol magazines. I got 2. And I got 2. So this ones, what I bought it from in eBay. They're cheap. I think it's like $14 for a pair. So they're really good and adjustable. You can make it high as you want, right? That's my barbell, and this is my pistol hold, right? This again, all of my stuff, it's not a real, calling what, Chinese copy thing. So I don't pay too much money for that because it's something I'm going to beat up, and I really don't care if it's gonna get damaged or not. But that's a pay. Well, I think it was like $24 on eBay. That's ABS mold. Because I don't know which pistol was compatible with a PPQ. So that you can get an eBay for $24. So it has free leg on the top of the belt, so it really stayed there, and it has a lock system. It works beautiful, and I like it so far. So this is my barbell. So this is all I need with me. Let's go about the chrono, what I used to chrono my gun. Today I have to chrono my gun again. I got a game coming up at Dominion, so I need to set it up everything. I got a new scope because first let's talk about this guy. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about chrono things. I saw this one, and I saw David Williams using this type of setup. So he has his muzzle brake. He set up a blue tape to fit it right here, so it fits really nice and snug. It's not moving at all, and that's you're gonna kind of screw it, right? So that's just threads to this barrel. I got a barrel covered right here. So you thread it in, and you're pretty much straight. Dead end. So you can call your gun. So that's you can call airsoft, paintball, anything you want with this one. So that's why I like it. Scope wise, I used to use this one from Tiberias. It's a nice little scope, but I'll be honest, the eye relief was I think it was this much, and I'm beat up my mask pretty much, and trying to look through the scope. I was touching the ends. It was a big mess, and so I decided to switch a different type of scope, a little bit better option, and I relieve in this guy is like this much. I'm perfect, and that's pretty much almost the same style, a little bit thicker, lengthwise is the same. I'll 3D print this adapter. By the way, all my 3D print parts are at SAS, so it's pretty much it's good for outside. You can take it outside, and it's in UV resistant, so you'll be okay to play outside. Print that, so that's gonna hold my camera. I don't think I'm going to use this one anymore. I'm getting a different one. But anyways, the camera goes there, and there's a 3D print adapter that goes right here to connect my other camera. I used to use a GoPro, that one in here, and this one in there. Now we switch it over, so I have a 3D printed adapter that goes there for this camera. So that I got a. If you have this camera, you want to use the same thing, I can make you one. Again, just pay shipping and I'll send it to you. So that's what I use for camera wise. Now let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about this magazine press. This one's, if you own an SR12, you know what type of magazines that's. There's a guy on Facebook. He's custom made mag. He started making it for Hummer 7. And after that, he started making it for the SAR-12. It's 10 rounds continuous. So you got 10 rounds all over there. I'm sorry, 12 rounds or 14 rounds, I forgot. I think it was 12, 13, something like that. I only use 10 rounds. I don't like to squeeze the springs too much. 10 rounds is perfect. I got 5 of those. This is how you buy it, and this is my custom pin jab, just to match it up with the rifle. And it works really good. He's using the same material what I use in my 3D printer. He's using SAS, I think it is. It's really good because it's UV resistant. You can use it outside. You can leave it in your car. It's like it takes over 200 degrees to. I'm sorry, it takes like way like 100 and something degrees to start getting soft. So you know, I have to use my printer around 235 degrees to melt this plastic. So it's really rude. It's really hard plastic. Anyways, that's the magazines. If you're interested, probably you know where to get them. If you're not, let me know. I can send you the link. And they're really cheap. I think I paid 5 magazines for 110 bucks or 120. I forgot. They're really cheap. Like I think I believe like $20 something each. I forgot, but there's the one thing I remember it was cheap. Okay, so that's the adapters. Let me take that aside. So that's my rebuild kit. Everybody knows this guy. That's all I use. So let's talk about the rifle. All right, this is an SR12. What I did, I got myself a real Remington 700 Renegade stock. I got it, of course, I got it cheap. I think normal one was like close to 100 bucks, and I got it for 80 something dollars on eBay. So I said, you know what, versus getting an airsoft, I just get the real deal and just work with that. You know, the material wise, the thickness, you feel the quality of the thing. That's awesome, you know. So because it's able to sustain a real caliber rifle, so you got a good piece. So what I did on this thing, if you notice, this piece is the real, the first model, the SAR 12, right? That's not a C, it's the first one. I think it's just called SAR 12. I cut the piece in a kind of custom fit, right what I want. And if you notice, under is it's no holes, no nothing. So I refill everything inside, every little pocket hole, everything I refill it with it's an epoxy. If you're familiar with rifles, people used to make a new bed for a rifle. So if you have your own any sniper rifle, any rifle, and you have a little wobble and all that things, I don't know, they say affects your accuracy and things like that. So what people do is rebuild new bed for your rifle, like custom make. Like it's an epoxy and it has a custom colors for your stock. And when you throw it in there, you got a few minutes, I think, to set it up what you want. You got wax to put it in parts that you don't want this thing to stick. Once you put it in there, you let him sit, and your rifle molds itself into the stock exactly what he needs, the room. So no, you have to put your stock, screw in like you're ready to shoot. It's pretty much this box is gonna go. Any little extra holes, there's there's extras that make things move. So it pulls all this up. So once it's dry, you take them off. Before it's completely dry, you take them off to clean the extras, everything. And once it's dry, it becomes the same material of the rifle. Actually, I can say hotter than the rifle, hotter than the stock. So it's pretty expensive. It's a little too tiny bottles for $34. Tiny, so you don't have anything to waste. So that's what I use for so I fill it up, all extra holes and everything. And the SAR 12 stock, before I put it in there, I kind of scrap it with some paper and everything, and I make a little roots, if you know what I mean, some kind of scratches. So when the epoxy goes in, it got something to grab into, right? So we're gonna take everything off, and you're gonna see how's inside. But that's pretty much what I did. On remote line course, I'm using the remote line. This is just an adapter, but this is my remote line coil in there, just to have it all in place. It runs through the stock, runs right here, and my main SAR 12 stock is tapped in this nipple right there. Actually, it's not a nipple; it's just straight connect to the thing. So because I don't want nothing to pull, so I'd be comfortable. I can drag this rifle with me, and still it's gonna connect it. It's not gonna have a problem. That's why I did it. My first thing was to use a micro line in the nipple right here, but that's the problem with that. For me, my own test is too sensitive. You pull a little bit harder, you can pull this thing out of there, no problem. So I sometimes, I'll be honest, I don't know, I'm in the middle of a firefight, and I just throw my rifle on the floor, and I brought my pistol, and this thing is all over the place, and it's still connected. So I don't care, so that's why I like it. It's hard. That's how I did it, and it's easy to do it. It works for me, but sometimes it cannot work for you, so you have to go different road. So hey, so we're gonna take apart this guy. I hope you can see. I may want to come closer. I want to bring the camera closer. Right there. All right. So let's take this thing apart so you can see what I did. All right, pressable. So if you're looking at, this is how's the rifle. This norm. This is it. Now I want to talk about this link right now or later when I want to set up a new setup. I don't like this. I got a new adapter. I just got it. So we're gonna connect this guy right there with stainless steel screws. Alright, so that's it. Everything is sealed around there. So you can see nothing, just the trigger and that. That's the stock, a little paint job that I did. Alright. And barrel, I don't have any muzzle brake. This is barrel, it's just a thing to screw it in. You can buy it for that, it's just cover the threads. That's all it is. I 3D print this part, and this part you can buy. I 3D print that part on the under. This part you can buy on eBay, and I 3D print this adapter for my zoom camera. Alright, so let's take this bad boy apart. First, let's see if we got all the tools with me. Yes, I do. We need this guy, and we need this guy to push a pin. Alright, that's all we need. So first of all, it's one pin right there, and it's an adapter holded by the epoxy, another screw in there. This is just in the scope ring that kind of adapt in there. It holds the front of the gun, and the other pin holds the back of the gun, so the gun is you can carry from here. It's stable and it goes anywhere. Alright, so this is how I was gonna use the other pin that we noticed, but I decided to go this roll, not this roll. Alright, so that's it. Alright, let's go. First, what I do, I loose this guy up. 2 screws. Even if you take this guy out, the gun still is gonna hold in place for the other pin. But this is just an extra support that I did, just to be safe. And as I said, that all the parts stay on the gun. This pin, you don't have to take them off. It's part of that guy. You know, I just want to take the stock off. So I got a push pin. That's why I need that, so I can push it from the other side, and it's come off there. That's it. It's like regular gun. You know, you push the pin out, it comes off. Let's put these guys outside, and this is the tricky part. Lose the airline. Alright, so let me show you. This is the airline, goes on there on the bottom, right, like this, pretty much, and there. So what I do, you pick them up, you just take them off like that, and this, hold the air on like this. You see how the air comes out? That's it. I need to clean this down. But anyways, that's my whole that's the whole rifle, one piece. When you do this mod, you don't have to do nothing to your stack. You can come back and use your original stack anytime you want. Even that, the threads only goes deeper whatever this guy goes. So you can use the old system if you have the SAR 12 body, the original body. So you pretty much don't have a problem to mod it to SAR 12. The longest you manage the way to find somebody to let you borrow, or I don't know, custom made your own things to hold the magazines. I see a guy on Facebook, he used a Milsec adapter. I never saw a video shooting that. I don't know if it works for him, but that's a good option too. And so you don't have to mess up another stock. But I got this stock from there's a guy in New York. He tried to do it in kind of different way. The same thing what I did, to a different stock. So what I did, I kind of custom made this because he cut this part too, so I make my own. So this part, because he lost it. But anyways, so this is the whole stack holding together, and inside you may notice it's just clean, and this is what I mean. This is the epoxy. The epoxy is pretty much full of all the extra holes and everything. This is like really super hard. Here there was holes, everything is covered, so that's pretty much the stock ending like this, and that's the rifle. And if you want to just take this stock and use a different stock, you just unscrew this. Now you're ready to build another stock or whatever, because this is not modified at all. It's just paint job. This is exactly the same, right? The only thing I did, of course, I built everything inside, new earrings, new springs, everything. I decided to keep the old style ball because it looks more real to the gun I'm trying to go for. So my whole vision, that was the American Sniper, kind of my platform I wants to go through, you know. So that's why I got this roll, this paint job and things like that. But anyways, this is pretty much the rifle what I did. And to put it back together the same way, you just pull this thing, drop it. You see, you line up with that. You line up, boom. The gun is in. You line out your holes, and she's in right there. Pretty much. And then just drop your pin in there. Make sure always when you throw your pin, make sure your ball is not in the way. It looks good. Push it in. And this guy goes there. This guy goes there. And this one has a small blue Loctite, just to keep the screws in place. You don't have to. You can just tighten it up. You If you tie too much, you cannot twist the barrel. If you cannot twist the barrel, you cannot hand fit. So, and I use my hand to fit the guns. I use my magazine, so I kind of tied it up a little bit extra. You know, that's what I do. But that's it. That's my setup. And today, because I just switched the scope, we are going to zero in the new scope. And you know, everybody got their own methods. I got a friends of mine, you know, they're all guns related guys and shit. They told me about how I should zero in this type of system. Say, treat the system like it was an air rifle. These guys, what they do with their air rifle, they really zero in the rifle like really close. I'm talking like way close, like I don't know, like 20. I don't know. I need to measure how many feet as to this tree, but he told me to zero in my scopes before even this guy trying to drop. So you know the paintball rounds drop spot away, so I had to find the sweet spot where it still goes straight. And so why he told me because if you zero in your scope far away, you'll be chasing the rounds. You'll be chasing. It drops this way. Next time it drops a little bit farther. You know what I mean? Because the air, the wind, everything affects that when it's dropping because it's not having enough velocity. So the best way to get precise reading is be on target as before it drops. And so it's what I did with this, and it works for me, guys. It works for me beautiful. If I'm shooting something before the rifle drops, I'll be on target every single time. So what I do when I got long range, I just set up the height at my target. Mostly I use like I measure half of the body. It all depends on the height, distance of this, what I am, and just to get on target. And I keep my scope right line up. That's all I care, and it works for me. And I stick with that. I don't say the rest of the methods. People, you know, zero the rifles like really long distance, and see how far it's. You know what I mean? And shoot once. See where the head it falls. You know, you trace your scope. You bring your scope line up through the shot, and you shoot it again. So you can just chasing that thing, and you know. So I don't know. It's not for me. Just stick with that. This guy told me, and it works so far. So you do what you have to do, whatever works for you. But this is how I'm going to do it today, and it's how I like it, and so far it's worked for me. All right. So I don't know. I can be wrong. It's not a real rifle, so you have to concern with that. You know, it's a call air gun, pretty much. All right. So this is it. This is my setup. My uniform. I got a different type of uniform. I got a video that posts recently using my BBQ and paintball explosion. That was a horrible game, and I guess paintball explosion is against active players, pressurized, and I don't even know why they sell pressurized in the first place. They don't let you even get close to 280. They want you to go down to 180 or some bullshit like that, and I got a fight with them last time, and it's I don't know, it's just a disaster. They see you walking around with this big ass rifle, and every game you play, a referee is gonna be right in your ass and see how hot, because they see a big ass rifle, they think that, I don't know, that's stupid, man. And that's why that was my last game I played with them. And I don't have a problem. They make business with the little kids and things like that. That's good for it's beginner players and shit like that, but not for us. We just stick with the MacFit events and this type of events, so we can rock this type of rifles. Anyways, so let me set up everything. Let me get it ready. I need to look my the ball and see what I am in the FPS, and surrender rifle, and back to you guys. All right.